Welcome to Module 4. In the previous module, you took one of the biggest steps in building your own successful business, placing your very first inventory order. Even if you have to wait for your inventory to be produced and shipped, that doesn't mean that you have nothing left to do. As a matter of fact, it's quite the opposite, because now is the perfect time to start building your brand and your brand assets. Here's exactly what we're going to cover in this module. How to build a simple yet professional looking brand website. How to set up a simple lead capture page so that you can start gathering emails from new and potential customers even before you start selling your products. And how to use the power of social media to set up Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest, and Twitter accounts to give your brand immediate social proof. To learn more about how you can start building your brand right away, head on over to the first video and we'll see you there.
Ensuring launch success. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to build out your brand assets so that when you launch your product, it will start making sales straight out of the gate. So you are probably waiting for samples or for your inventory to be created by your supplier. But instead of taking a break and waiting, take action. Building out your brand assets is important because having a brand presence when you launch is critical. As soon as your product goes live, you want it to take off. You want everything in place for a fast and efficient launch. This means you are ready to produce sales within a few days of going live. The more you do now, while you are waiting, the faster your product will take off. Building your brand presence. First, you're going to set up and build out your social media profiles. You're also going to set up your brand website. And lastly, you're going to set up your lead capture pages. This gives you the perfect platform to launch your product. It also builds credibility for your brand even before you launch. Your Facebook brand page is critical. It is naturally viral compared to a normal website. It can also do everything a website can do. Also, Facebook ads work better when targeting a Facebook page. And you can integrate a lead capture now with just a few clicks. If you have limited time or funds and it's a choice between a Facebook page and a website, you should choose your Facebook brand page, the brand website. We are going to cover two different options, and those are with and without hosting. Without hosting is much easier, and essentially the service we use does everything for you. With hosting does give you more options and flexibility, but is also more complicated and time consuming. You will learn both, then it is your choice. Now, the main reason you want a website now is to show you are a real brand or company. But you can also achieve the same effect with a Facebook brand page. Customers on Amazon do search brand names, so it is important they can find your website or Facebook page. If not, they will not have much faith in your brand. But it is not about selling your products from your site. It is purely about customers being able to find you. This means we can keep the website fairly basic. Other social accounts. Twitter, awesome for promotional methods. YouTube, again, more for promotional methods than anything else. Pinterest, it's actually a mixture of two, and you can build both brand recognition and use it for promotion. Now, while they are not quite as important as Facebook, they are still important to complement your Facebook page, especially when it comes to marketing and promotion. Lead capture pages. Building a list of customers and prospective customers for your business is incredibly valuable. You are going to learn a really simple process for achieving this. It is not as complicated as you might think. Having a list of customers you can market your products to without restrictions is a goldmine, and we will be achieving this using lead capture pages. So do it yourself or pay. Your time is valuable, but so is the learning process. To get started, we highly recommend you set these sites up yourself rather than pay someone. However, we will show you how you can pay for individual elements, plus where you can go to pay to have them created for you. However, just remember, we do recommend you do this yourself. Knowing how to set up these sites will make everything much easier for you when it comes to promoting and marketing, which we will get to in a later module. So, what's next? So you have learned what the basic elements of building your brand presence are for your brand. In the next lesson, you will learn how to build the perfect Facebook brand page for your brand. But that's it for this lesson. Take care. Creating your Facebook brand page. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to create your Facebook brand page and the most important elements you need on it. Creating your Facebook brand page is a very simple process. Once you have the shell built, you can add more and more features if you wish. However, there are some basic elements you must have. We will be using this page throughout the product launch process you're going to be learning in a later module. Facebook page dimensions. You can go to Facebook/pages sizes dimensions/ to see all the relevant dimensions of images and boxes. However, the ones we are interested in are the cover photo, which is 851 by 315, and the profile image or logo, which must be at least 180 by 180 pixels. In other words, it's a square. Now, to start creating our page, we need to go to facebook.com/pages/create/. So let's go there right now. Okay, so here we are at facebook.com/pages/create/. And all we need to do to set up our brand page is to click on brand or product, then choose category. And in the drop down, if you find something that's definitely your category, then choose it. Otherwise, you can just choose brand and then put your brand name in. So I've typed in Charter Kitchen, and then I'm going to click on Get Started. And we've actually created our brand page. Now, obviously, we're going to be wanting to change some things and add some things, but essentially, we've got our brand page. First thing we want to do is add a picture. I always put my logo in here. To do that, all you want to do is click on Add a Picture and then Upload Photo. Okay, so my logo is here. You can see LK logo. Now, I just pulled this out of Google Images. I didn't have one created because obviously this isn't a real brand I'm creating, but I'm going to double click on it. Then it'll open a box for you to position your image. You can see here, this one's actually quite small. It's telling me that. But I'm going to click on Save because that's all you have to do. And if your image is too big, you can also crop it. You can pretty much do anything you want. And you've got a zoom here. But I think it fits okay inside the white box, so I'm just going to click on Save. And the page will refresh, and there you can see my logo is up there in the left-hand corner. Now, to add a cover, you might have to play around with this. I've actually created an image that's the right size. You remember from the previous slide exactly what the sizes are. But I'm going to click on Add a Cover. And you want to choose Upload Photo unless you've already got some photos inside of Facebook. So I'm going to click on that. And the one I'm going to use is Kitchen Header Facebook size. So I'm going to double click on it. And there you go. There's the image. Now obviously I've just grabbed an image from Google and it's related to kitchen, but obviously it's not a perfect image for my brand. And you can always get these images created. And I'm going to show you a really quick and easy way and cheap way to get these created if you want. But you can see here it's saying drag to reposition. So you can drag the picture around. But as you can see, mine is almost the perfect size, so there's not a lot of drag space, but I'll drag it across to the left. Once I've done that and I'm happy with it, I'm just going to click Save. And that's it. We've uploaded our cover picture and we've uploaded our logo. Now the next thing I'm going to edit is the About page. You can see it here in the left sidebar where all the other links are. I'm just going to click on About. It's going to bring you to your About page. I'm just going to scroll down so you can see all the options. And the first thing we want to do is we want to create a username. So you just click on Create Page and Username, and then you just want to type your brand name in. And you just type your brand name in with no spaces or anything. And once it's typed in, if it's available, you'll get a green tick. But I'm just going to click on Create Username. And there you can see the username at Charter Kitchen has been created. And you'll notice you've now got these 2 extra addresses too. But once you finish, click on OK. And the main reason we do that, if you look in the URL up at the top, all the numbers have gone, and we've got a nice clean URL. You can see facebook.com/Charter Kitchen. And that essentially will make it a lot easier for your customers to find your Facebook page. Okay, so now we've got our specialty URL. We're going to go back to our About page by clicking on the link in the left sidebar. And we'll look at what else we can fill in. Start date, you can actually put the date in when your company was formed if you wish. Now, there's 2 options here. There's a short description, there's also a long description. You can write both. Do make them different. I'm just going to do the long description. To add that, I'm just going to click on the link next to long description. You can see here, what's your page about? And you just want to put a description about your brand. Now, I've just put a very generic type description in here. You should spend more time on this. And remember, you can use this on your website and on other pages too. It's not just for your Facebook page. So spending the time to make a really good description is well worthwhile. Now, if you're not sure what to write, then go and look for other brands in your niche. So for instance, I might go and search Google for luxury kitchen accessories and find some other brands there, and don't copy them, but you can use them for ideas and to give you a bit of inspiration. All I've put is Charter Kitchen is a small family-run business based in Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. We specialize in creating high-quality kitchen accessories using only non-toxic and environmentally friendly materials. Our specialty is creating cutting-edge tools that are perfect for everyday use. I'm going to click Save Changes. Now you can enter founder date. If you've got any awards, by all means add them. Obviously don't make them up. Products, you can actually click on that and enter your products when you've got some, but right now you're probably not going to have. This is another good one to add, which is your website. Now I haven't actually created my website yet, but I'm going to put it in here. It should allow me to do that. So I've done that. I'm just going to click on Save Changes. There you can see Charter Kitchens. But that's all I'm going to do for the About Me page. So I'm just going to go back to our home page. Now the next thing we're going to take a quick look at is settings. It's almost at the top on the right hand side. You'll see it right here. Click on Settings. And then you can work your way through these and figure out which ones you want to change. For the most part, you can leave them. But the first thing you want to do is visitor posts. You want to click on Edit. And you want to check the box that says Review Posts by Other People before they are published to the page. So that means you're allowing your customers to make their own posts or post their own videos or images or anything along those lines. But you will get to review them before you make them public. It's a better option than disabling because quite often you'll find your customers can give you really good content. A lot of the time they'll even write reviews and stuff like that. So you want to allow them, but at the same time you do want to review them before they're made public because that will stop anyone spamming your page. Once you've checked the box, just click Save Changes. And you'll see here in Visitor Post, the bottom line is now Post Moderation is turned on. So you're moderating every post. Now there's lots of other options on here, and most of them are actually up to you whether you want to change them. But whatever you do, just make sure you do edit the visitor posts. Now at any time if you want to edit your page, you can do it from here, from the Settings tab. You just click on Edit Page. And you can see there are some options here. Now tabs we will be using later on when we start building our customer list. But essentially the rest of the stuff you can leave alone for now. Now you can see you've got shortcuts here to share a photo or video, advertise your business, get messages, create an event, all different kinds of options. But the most important thing you're going to need to start doing, and you want to start doing this straight away, is creating posts. Now you can manually do this by clicking in the box you see here that says write something and then typing out your post. However, to start with, what we're actually looking to do is just post relevant content and preferably interesting content. Because what we're looking to do is start adding posts to our page so that it has content on it, so that it just doesn't look like an empty page. Now the easiest way to do this, to begin with, is just to use other online content. The great thing about Facebook is virtually every content site online has a Facebook link, and I'm going to show you what I mean. So my brand is Lifestyle Kitchen, and I'm going to be selling kitchen accessories. So I'm probably not going to find a lot of great content about kitchen accessories. However, there's plenty of other topics related to a kitchen that I can use. I actually went and found this one to start with, and it's just a recipe, as simple as that. It's relevant to any of my potential customers. Since my site is all about kitchen utensils, then obviously a customer who's interested in my kitchen accessories will also be interested in recipes and other related content. But I just did a Google search for this, for recipes, and found this one. Now you do want to take more time about this and find good content. You can see this one's only got 3 and a bit stars, so it's not the greatest recipe. But all you need to look for is the Facebook icon. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this content and put it straight on our Facebook page with a couple of clicks. So we click on the Facebook icon, and you can see here it's showing me the content. The default's going to be share on your own timeline, but we want to change that. And we want to change it to share on a page you manage. Click on that. And then you're going to click on the drop down and find the page. Now I've got literally 60 or 70 pages in this list, which obviously I don't want to share with you. So to avoid blurring all of them out, I'm going to click on this and select the page that we just created. Now you can see I've selected Charter Kitchen, and you can add something to the post. Now you could put a bit more thought into it and write a couple of sentences, but really all we need to do is share the content. But it's always best to put at least a short sentence or two in here. And once you've done that, you just click on Post to Facebook. Then if we go back to our page now and scroll down, you can see we've got some content. Now, this isn't particularly great content. As I said, you want to find good stuff because obviously it's just an image. To start building up the content on your Facebook page, it's fine to do that. So let's look at another example. So I actually did a search on Google for kitchen accessories and I managed to find an article that is about kitchen accessories. So that's obviously very good relevant content. And I'm going to click on the share button again, the Facebook share button. This one's slightly different. It's got share instead of just the Facebook icon. It's opening up the same page. You can see right now the default share on your own timeline. So I'm going to click on here and share on a page I manage. Then I'm going to click on the drop down and find chart to kitchen. Okay, so I found it and then I just click post to Facebook. If we go back to our Facebook page, click on posts, scroll down, we can see we've got another piece of content. Now I didn't add a comment to this. If you don't add a comment, you can always come in and add a comment afterwards. You just click on the down arrow on the top right hand corner of the post, click edit post, and then you can write something in. And I've just written great article about kitchen accessories and then click done editing. And I'm just going to quickly show you one more example. This time I've gone to YouTube and I've typed in healthy cooking. So I'm just going to select one. This one looks like fun and you can see here it's had 18 million views. So it must be a fairly good video. So I'm going to click on that. And then with YouTube, you want to click on the share underneath the video. It's going to give you all the options. Click on Facebook. Again, I'm just putting in 5 or 6 words, fun video about healthy cooking, but you can post longer content. But there's no need to go overboard. You don't need to write entire articles. The whole point here is we're using other people's content to build up our site. And again, I'm going to share on a page to manage. I'm going to find chart to kitchen and click post to Facebook. I'm going to close these now. We don't need them anymore. And if I go to posts, you'll see that we have a nice little video. So you just want to build up content. Now you don't need to go crazy. When you first start, you want to add 1 or 2 a day. And as you can see, it takes 10-15 seconds to do it once you get used to doing it. Now that's pretty much all we're going to do for now for our Facebook page. As you can see, we're building it up and it will start to fill out and look like a proper Facebook page. But one last thing I want to quickly show you is how you can get these images created really cheaply. In other words, your cover photo. So I'm going to use our old favorite Fiverr. I've typed in Facebook cover image and you see all these designs. Now most of these designs are going to be $5 maximum. Remember, we can sort by average customer review and you can see the different types of Facebook covers that they've done before. You can click on them, open them up, but if you're not particularly good at doing this kind of thing, then just come to Fiverr and get it done. Basically, most of the jobs will ask you for information about your site. I would just say it's a kitchen accessories site. Give them an idea of what you want to see. Again, if you're not totally sure what it should look like, go search for some other Facebook pages in your niche to get ideas, but then just come to Fiverr and get them to create it for you. It's a pretty simple job for any graphic designer, so you'll normally find it is only $5, a maximum of 10, and they'll normally have it back to you within 24 hours. But as I say, if you're not particularly good with creating images or creating banners, that kind of thing, just come to Fiverr and get it done. But that's how simple it is to set up a Facebook brand page. And when you get onto our new product launch system that Mike will be teaching you, you'll see how important and how powerful your Facebook page will be. So what's next? Well, now you've learned how to create your Facebook brand page. In the next lesson, you will learn how to build a simple but effective website that does not require hosting. So action, go and build your Facebook brand page. Add the images, edit your about page, and don't forget to start adding content to the site. You don't have to write new content or original content. Just go out and use content you find online that is relevant to your brand. That's it for this lesson. Take care. Create your brand website, no hosting. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to build a brand website that does not require you to have your own hosting. We will be using a service called Wix.com, a simple yet effective brand website. Having no hosting is the easiest way to create a brand website, and these website services have come a long way in the past couple of years. Now, there are numerous different options out there you can use to build a website without hosting. However, the one we highly recommend and the one we're going to be using in this lesson is Wix.com. Wix.com is a drag and drop website builder, and what that means is any elements you want on the website, you just drag them from a menu and drop them onto your template. But don't worry, you're going to see exactly what that means in a short while. The great thing is there's no HTML coding knowledge required. You can literally do this with no experience of ever having built any kind of website before. And if you have, you might be surprised about how effective this system is. Now, it is free to start, and you can get your site looking exactly how you want it. You can then upgrade for about $12 a month to add a whole range of extra features. You will learn how you can pay someone to do this for you, and relatively cheaply. However, we recommend you do build it yourself. It is very simple to build, as you will soon see, and it can also be a lot of fun. So let's get started. Okay, so before we go to Wix.com, if you haven't already set up your domain, in other words, bought your domain name, then I just quickly want to show you how you can do that. If you've already used the information in the last module about using GoDaddy, that's fine. You can still use GoDaddy. I'm just going to quickly show you a different option. It's called Namecheap.com. Once you get to the main site, all you need to do is type in the domain name you want. You can see I put charterkitchen.com and then click search. And here we go. We can see it's available, charterkitchen.com. It's $10.69 a year. I'm going to click on the add to cart button and then view cart. And the who is guard, that actually means that nobody can actually find out that you own this domain. And it's something I always do, and it's free with Namecheap. So you leave it as enabled and then click confirm order. Now, if you haven't got an account with Namecheap, you'll just have to go through this right hand side to create your account. I've actually got 3 accounts with Namecheap, and I'm just going to go and log in using the information on the left. Okay, so once you've logged in or you've registered, you'll come to this page. It's asking you to confirm, and I've actually got a discount here of about $1, so I'm only going to pay $9.61, and I'm just going to check out with PayPal. You can select other payment options if you don't have PayPal and use a credit card or debit card, but I'm just going to go ahead and purchase it, and then we're going to go to Wix. Okay, so here we are at Wix.com, Wix.com. Once you get here, all we're going to do is click on Start Now. Now you can click on the sign up button, or you can use one of these links on the right. I'm going to click continue with Google because I'm actually logged into Google with the email address I want to use for this service anyway. And there you can see it's brought us to this page, and it's given me account name Rich827. Now before we go any further, we do want to change our username. So it normally just randomly gives you one. If you signed in a different way, you might have been able to choose it. But to change it at any time, and you can change it at any time, you just want to go up, put your mouse cursor over your username, and then click on account settings. And then you can change anything here you want, but the one thing we do want to change is our username, and I'm just going to change it to Charter Kitchen, and then click Save Changes. It's going to ask you to put your password in, put it in and click OK, and there you can see it said save. So my username has actually been changed. And if I refresh the page, you can see now it's saying Charter Kitchen. Now I actually forgot to do this when I was creating the rest of the video, so you might actually see the original username up here, but don't let that worry you. Just make sure that you come in and change it now. Now at this point you can click on any of these topics if you wish, or just click on other. We're going to be able to choose our template that we want to use after this next step. So I'm just going to click on other. I'm going to click on start with Wix editor because it's just much easier to use. And now it's brought us to our templates. Now you can search by category. So for instance, if my product was in health and wellness, I could scroll down and click on health and wellness, and it's going to show me some templates that I could use. Alternatively, you can do a keyword search. So in my case, it would be kitchen, and you can see it's brought up some kitchen options. Now personally, I think the best way is to search all templates. So you see under categories here, it says see all templates. So I'm just going to click on that, and then you can scroll through every single template they have. Now, for instance, I'm looking to create a kitchen brand website. But it doesn't mean I have to stick to templates in this search that apply to kitchens. I could just quite as easily choose this one, the vintage car one, and because I changed the images, it's going to become a kitchen website. So you're not stuck, but just scroll through. There are literally tons of them in here. Find something you like the look of, and you can always go in and play around with these once you've been through a bit of this training and see what you like. I quite like the look of this one, the dietitian. And as you can see, if you put your mouse cursor over it, it shows you what it looks like on a mobile. And you can always right click on the view button and open it in a new tab. And then it shows you exactly what it looks like. And I really like the look of this one, but I'm going to keep looking for now. And that's all you've got to do is like scroll through these, any you like the look of, then just open a new tab and take a closer look. But I'm going to carry on searching. I'm going to find the one I want to work with, and then come back. And the one I've found that I'm going to be working with is this one. It's called Ninja Parents Blog. It's a nice simple setup. It's got the recent post set up as a feed, and I just like the look of it. So I'm actually going to use this one. Now, if while you're doing the search, you lose the template and you don't want to go back through all the pages, you can just search by using the name. So as you can see, I just put parents in and it found the blog I wanted to use. To begin creating your website, all you need to do is put your mouse cursor over the template you want to use and click on edit. Now, one quick thing before we go any further, when you first do this, you'll probably get a video pop up. And it's one thing about the Wix site. Not only is it incredibly easy to use, but they have great resources for helping you. If I go back to that search page, all you need to do to get any help at any time is click on support, and it will give you all the topics you could possibly need to create this site. So the first thing I want to change here is the title. And to pretty much change anything on this site, if it's text or image, all you need to do is double click. So I put my mouse cursor over the title and I'm going to double click. And it's highlighted it, and all I need to do is type in the name. So I've typed in my new name. Clicking anywhere outside of the box will change it. So if I just click below it, there you can see I've changed the title of my site. It's that simple. Now if your name's a bit longer and it goes on to 2 lines and you want to change it, all you need to do is double click again, and then you can play with the font size. You can see I can drag it. I can also center it, which is what I'm going to do right now. To do that, this little tab here, you can see it says alignment. If you click on it, it's going to show the different ways you can align the text. I want to center it, and there I have my title centered. I'm going to go back to the font size. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, and then once you're happy, you just click outside the box and you're done. So I've now changed my title. So the next thing I don't particularly like the look of is actually the background. You can see where all these dots are. So I'm going to double click on the background, and it's giving me the option to upload an image for the background, or I can use social images. So I could go to my Facebook if I had an image I want to use from there, or Dropbox, or any of these options. They also have images that are free that you can use from Wix. And you can also go to Big Stock, which is images which you actually have to pay for. But for the sake of this, I'm just going to click on free from Wix. I'm going to select food and drink and see if there's anything that is applicable to kitchens. I don't want anything too crazy. In fact, I'm just going to take a quick look at home and garden, see if I can find a kitchen image. So I'm going to keep scrolling down. You see here I've actually found some kitchen utensils, which is actually what I'm going to be selling, but it's not quite what I want for the background. I've got some more, but I'm going to go back. I'm going to select cooking tools, and all I need to do is double click, and there you can see it's thrown that image in behind, and it's quite decent, and I'm going to use it. Obviously you can play around with this. You can keep changing the image whenever you want just by clicking on the background again and going through the images, or if you've got an image you want to use, then you can use your own. But so far we're doing pretty good. We've changed our title and we've changed the background of our header. So the next thing we're going to look at is the About page. You can see here, this is navigation. It's got Home and About. And you can add pages whenever you want to, but they have the About page added by default. So if you double click on it, it brings up the pages you have, and you can change the order of the menu. I'm going to click on the About page, close the Pages tab, and then scroll down. And this is where you're going to put in your About information. Now you can use exactly the same information as you use for your Facebook page. And to edit, all you do is click on what you want to edit. So I'm going to edit the text first. Double click on it, highlights everything, and then I'm going to paste in the information I used for my Facebook page. There you can see it's the same information, and then I'm just going to click outside the box, and it's saved it. And then I'm going to change the title. I'm going to double click on it again. Typed in Charter Kitchen, and then click outside the box again. And there you go. I've changed the About Me page. Now you can see here we've got this opt-in form. We don't want to be using this. When you go to a later lesson in this module, we're going to show you how to create opt-in forms, and these are to help you build your list. But for now, we don't need this, and we won't actually be using Wix's version of this. We'll be using our own. And it's also a good example of showing you how you delete something you don't want from the template. So for the opt-in form, I don't want this. I just click on it and then hit delete on my keyboard, and boom, it's gone. That simple. You can also do the same for this. We don't need this text, so again I'm just going to click on it and delete, and it's gone. Now at any time, if you want to see what your page is looking like, you can come up to the top right here and click on preview, and there you can see that's what our site looks like. And right now it's showing the About page. Now the save button, you can always save whenever you want, but once you've saved you won't be able to change anything you've already done using the undo button. But I'm going to go back to editor and I'll show you that. So for instance, if I went to our story and deleted it and then realized, oh wait, I want that in. If you come up to the top here, you can see these 2 arrows, one's going back, one's going forward. You just want to click on the back button, and that's the undo button. And there you can see it's come straight back. So you just need to be careful when you're saving. You realize you're going to lose the undo ability for anything you've already done. Now, we saw in that preview we had this whole box area underneath that we don't want, and to remove it I'm just going to put my mouse cursor over the lines below. You can see you get this cross shaped icon, then hold the left mouse button down and just drag it up, and as you can see it's removed that box, and then just let go. And so we've removed that area of text, and again all you need to do to check it, once you've done that, click outside the box and it's done, and you can always click on preview and there you go, it's not showing up anymore. Now the next thing we're going to do is change the footer. And we can actually do that from this page. We don't need to go back to home. And there's a few things to look at. First of all, we've got these icons. Now, if you've got a Google Plus account for your business, and you'll actually have that when we set up our YouTube account later, you can put that information in, the same with Facebook and the same with Twitter. And you should do that for all of these. And I'll show you how to do that. And to do that, all you need to do is click on one of the icons. So let's say Facebook, and then click on Set Social Links. Click on the one you want to edit, and then come in here, and on the right-hand side, type in your web address for Google+. And you could actually also use your YouTube channel if you wished, and then you would do the same for Facebook. Now I'm going to change this one because we've already got our Facebook URL, so I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to change the URL to facebook.com/charterkitchen. You want to leave it default to open a new window because you don't want them to leave your website. If they want to go to Facebook, it will open in a new tab. Once I've done that, I'm just going to click on Done, and then on Done again. And then if we go to Preview, and we click on the Facebook icon, you can see it takes us to Charter Kitchen, which is exactly what we want. So by the end of this module, you will have a Google address and a Twitter address, and you want to come back in and edit both of those. You should already have your Facebook, so make sure you edit that. Now the next piece is this 2002, is the copyright. So we're going to double click on that, and I'm going to change it to 2017 by Charter Kitchen. And as I said before, you can click outside the box, or you can actually just click on the cross button to close the text settings. And there it is, it's done. And the next one, this is up to you whether you want. If you've got a business address, then you can use it by all means. I'm just going to leave this in for this example. But if you don't want to include your address, then you can actually remove the address part and just change the email. And again, for telephone number and fax, if you don't want that, you can just delete it. To do that, remember, you just click on it and then delete, and it's gone. And you can do the same for this one. In fact, I'll just go ahead and do that, seeing as this isn't my address, and click delete. Now the lines here that we're separating our information, we can also delete those. So I'm just going to click on line, delete it, and on the second one, delete it. And we can leave these two lines because they're separating the social icons and your copyright information. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to our home page. Okay, so we are making progress, and the next thing we're going to look at, if I scroll down, you can see we've got a post here and then a post underneath and so on. And one of the things I like about this is it's a feed of your posts, so it's going to show on your home page the latest posts. But first of all, we're going to take a look at the sidebar. Now you can see here, Meet the Ninja Parents. It's not something I particularly want. At the end of the day, we're a brand. It's something you can include. You can include information about yourselves if you want to publish your information. But I'm just going to get rid of this. I'm going to click on the image first and delete. And then I'm going to click on the text and delete. And then I'm going to click on the line and delete. And keep moving until I've got rid of everything I want to get rid of. Now, once I've got rid of all this information, I obviously want to drag everything below it up to the top, because otherwise we're left with this big space. And it's actually really simple to do. All we need to do is single click on featured posts, and then you see this down arrow with a line underneath it right here. You click on it and then hold your left mouse button down and then just drag up, and it will keep it all in line. Just scroll to the top, let go, and you can see it's pulled up everything underneath. Now join our mailing list. Again, we're going to be using a different method for this, so I'm just going to click on it and delete it. We want to leave follow us. We want to leave those buttons in. Our community, we're not going to be having a community, but you can always come back and add this, or you can add links or anything you want. So I'm going to delete this section. And again, I'm going to click on the follow us, then left click on the down arrow with the line underneath and drag it up. And you can see how easy it is to move the content around. It's a phenomenal system. They've really improved the whole setup. So I'm okay with what we've got in the sidebar right now. So I'm going to say the sidebar is done. And again, I'm just going to take a quick look at preview, and yeah, we're looking good. You can see how quick we've done this. You know, we've got what amounts to a decent looking site in a very short space of time with absolutely no skills required. Now at this point, I'm going to click on save, because I've done quite a lot of work, and this is something you can do more often if you wish. But just remember that if there's anything I need to change, I won't be able to use the undo button. So at each stage when you save, make sure you're happy with what you've got, and remember, always use the preview button just to check it all. But you can do anything you want with this site. Remember, you can include anything, you can add anything, so it's not too much of a concern. But I'm going to click on save. Now this is where you set your Wix site URL. You can see here it's actually updated my change of name. If you remember, I did actually forget to do this, but if you do forget to do it, just go and change your username and it will populate. It won't populate straight away, but it will change eventually. And then you just need to add something to the end of the URL, and I just put my brand name again. Once you've done that, you just click on done. And there you go, I've saved my site. Now this lesson is so important, I've decided to split it into 2 parts, as it was going to be a very long lesson, and it's difficult to concentrate for that length of time. So in the next lesson, we will continue building our Wix site by adding content, but also by connecting our domain name to our Wix site. But that's it for this lesson. Take care. Create your brand website, no hosting, part 2. In this lesson, we're going to continue building our Wix site by adding content and then connecting to our domain. So the next thing we're going to go and look at is actually how we change the content and how we add posts. So first of all, we'll look at how we add a post, and it's really straightforward and easy to do. If you look in the left sidebar here at these icons, the one you want to choose is My Blog. Click on it. You can see it's got these different options. So we're just going to click on Add a New Blog Post, and this is where we add our new blog post. Now it's got information down here underneath showing you what you can do and how you do it, but I'm just going to walk you through a quick example. But I'm just going to go and grab some content to use. I've just found this article. I'm just going to copy it. Now if you use other people's content, then you must always link to it. For your own website, you should be creating your own content, and we will talk about that in a later lesson. But for now, I'm just going to copy this one. Grab the title here, Healthy Eating. Now once you've read this, you want to click on the cross button to get rid of it. Then we're going to add the title by clicking in the title box, and I'm just going to call it Healthy Eating Article. You don't need to worry about the author name, you can add it if you want. Then I'm going to click in the text box. Now you're going to see we've got this image, and I'm going to show you how to add that first. To add an image at any point in your article or your post, you just need to click on the image button up here that's next to add. Obviously there are other things you can add. Don't worry about dividers and HTML and all that kind of stuff. We're going to keep this very simple, but I'm just going to add an image. As normal, it's got free images, big stock images, social images, in other words, images from your Facebook, which is also useful if you make a post on Facebook. You can go and grab the image from that post. But for the sake of this, I'm just going to use the image from the article. So I'm going to come in the main box here and click on Upload Images. So there you can see the image is uploaded. All I need to do now is click Done and then click Apply. And there you can see it's added our image. So it's asking for alt text. This is basically something that helps Google search and has a small effect from an SEO point of view, so you can put something in here. So I've just put in kitchen utensils image. Then if you're happy with your image, you just want to click underneath it to add text. I'm just going to go and grab some of this text. Now, as I said, you don't want to just go out and copy other people's content, but if you do, make sure you put a link to the site. But I just want to show you how you create the post. So I'll just put a couple of paragraphs in here. If you ever want to move a paragraph, you just click where you want to change it and hit return a couple of times. But that's basically, that's a decent looking article. And then all I need to do is click on Publish Post. You can see here, please note your blog post will remain unpublished till you publish your site. Now I'm just going to delete this untitled one. I don't know where that's come from, whether it's something that's there by default. But if you ever want to delete a post, all you need to do is come here, put your mouse over the post, don't click on it, and then click the trash button. Do you really want to remove this post? Yes, move to trash. Okay, so we've got a new blog post. So let's go back to our editor. Now, you'll notice that straight away the new article has become the latest article in the blog feed, and it's also become the featured post. And if we look below, it's also been added to the recent posts. So everything's automatic for you. It really is a simple system, but that's how easy it is. Now, for instance, say I wanted to delete, yes dear, this really is a chocolate cake, that article. If I scroll down, you can see it here. The best way to do it is to go back to your blog, click on blog, click on manage your blog. It will show you all the articles, and then going down, delete it. So I'm going to click on trash for the chocolate cake one, move it to the trash, and then just click the cross in the top right, and again for the blog manager, and you can see that post has disappeared. So I'm not going to go through adding more content because it's very straightforward. So let's have a preview. So this is what our site's going to look like. You can see there it's got some articles, it's got some nice images, and I'm okay with this right now. You should do more. You should play around with this a lot more. And literally, you can do as much as you want before you actually publish this site. You do want to add more articles because you do want to remove the ones that are in your template from Wix, because obviously they don't bear any resemblance to your brand. So remove them all, and you want to add at least 4 or 5 articles just to get your site up and running. Once you've done that, if I go back to editor, we can actually then publish our site. And all we need to do is click on publish, and you can see here, congratulations, your site is published and is live online. Now if I quickly copy that URL and click done, if I go back to this article, I'm just going to paste it over the top and go, and there we go. We have a really nice looking brand site created in probably 30 minutes maximum. But obviously, as I said, you want to go and add more content before you publish. Okay, so now we've published our site. Now, carry on playing around with your site. Get it looking exactly how you want to. Look at some other templates, whatever you want to do, but get the site how you like it. And once you've done that, you can take the next step, which is actually adding your domain name to the Wix.com site, so that when you type in your domain name, in other words, in my case, charterkitchen.com, it will show this site. And so you don't have to use the Wix.com address anymore. Now, if you're not entirely ready, that's fine. You can continue to use the Wix site if you wish, but I just want to show you how you do this. And to do that, we're going to go back to the home page, put a mouse cursor over our image in the top right, and click on domains. Now, you should already have a domain by now. If you don't, do not buy a new domain through Wix. Get it through GoDaddy or Namecheap. But the option we want is connected domain you already own. So we click on that, and now it's going to tell us we have to have a premium plan. So when you're ready to do this, just remember that you're going to have to start paying a monthly subscription. But for what you get with this site and the ease of building and everything, it's an absolute snip. So we're going to click on select a plan. All we really need is the combo, but you can choose the unlimited if you wish. It's completely up to you. Bear in mind, these prices are if you pay a year in advance. They will be a little bit more if you select pay them monthly. But I'm just going to click on the combo. You can see here, these yearly subscription is $10, but you can see the plans here. And for a yearly subscription, it's $10 a month, but you have to pay 12 months in advance. And I'm just going to check the monthly subscription because I'm probably not going to keep this more than a month, and click select. And basically you just need to fill in all your information here before clicking on submit purchase. Now I'm going to pause the video and fill all this out and click on the submit purchase. Okay, so it's brought me to this page. Ignore how to find the best domain, you've already got one. So at the bottom here you can see already have a domain, connect it. So I'm going to click on connect it. So the first box, which domain do you want to connect? Charter Kitchen. And that's Charter Kitchen as in the Wix site. So I'm typing in my domain name, charterkitchen.com. Then where did you buy your name? It's not showing Namecheap, so I'm going to click on other. And then for connection method, you want to leave it at DNS. You don't worry too much about that. Click next. And it's basically telling you the DNS it needs you to use. So I'm going to quickly copy this. And then I actually need to go back to Namecheap. Then I'm going to find my domain and click on manage. Now, do bear in mind that if you're using GoDaddy or another registrar, it'll be slightly different. But what you're looking for is to change the DNS. If I scroll down, you'll see name servers, basic DNS. I click on custom DNS. And then we want to paste in those 2 name servers. So I put the first one in, ns4.wixdns. And then the second one, which is ns5.wixdns. Once I've done that, I'm just going to click on the check mark. And there you can see it's been updated. Now I will tell you at the top, DNS server update may take up to 48 hours to take effect. It's normally quicker than that, but you just have to bear in mind that it can take that long. It normally happens within an hour or so. So I've changed my DNS for my domain. So if I close Namecheap now, let me go back. Then once you've changed your name servers, you want to click on next. Now, it's probably not going to pick it up straight away because it hasn't resolved, but it's actually finished the process. You can see if you entered the Wix name servers correctly, your domain connection should be live within 48 hours. So what that now means is, as soon as the DNS is resolved, that when anyone goes to charterkitchen.com, they will actually see our Wix site. So that's all the steps you need to follow. Just remember that the Wix support is fantastic. They are very quick normally, and they have that huge knowledge base that you can go to on the support page I showed you earlier that basically have the answers for everything. And in a lot of cases, they actually show you a video too. Now later on in this module we will be talking more about content, but for now we're actually finished with our Wix site, and I hope you can see how incredibly easy it is to build a superb looking website. Now I did say I would show you how you can get this done for you, but hopefully you've seen how easy it is to do, and you really should do this yourself. Then we're just going to go to our old favorite, Fiverr.com, and then in the service we want, I'm just going to type in build a Wix site, click search. I'm going to sort by average customer review. You'll see a lot of WordPress sites too offered, but look for the ones with a Wix site. But as I said, it's really straightforward to build one of these. Hopefully you've seen from this lesson how easy it is and that you don't actually need to pay someone to do it for you. So what's next? So you have learned how to create your brand website without hosting, and hopefully you've seen how simple it is to build a superb site using Wix.com. In the next lesson you will learn an alternative method which does require hosting. You will use a hosting service for your account and then build a WordPress site on that hosting account. Action: if you like the look of the Wix site, then go ahead and build your brand website. But that's it for this lesson. Take care. Create your brand website with hosting. In this lesson you'll learn what is involved with creating a brand website with hosting and how you can get it created for you. Using hosting and WordPress does add a layer of complexity to creating a brand website. However, it does give you a little more flexibility. Also, there are more themes to choose from, and there are numerous plugins, both paid and free, which you can use with your WordPress site. You will be able to achieve a similar look and feel to the sites you can create using Wix. There are also more bells and whistles, but they are not necessarily required. The important thing is to have a professional looking website, because it gives you credibility at this early stage of your brand. Eventually you are going to use an e-commerce site. Once you have your products up on Amazon and your brand is established, then changing your website to an e-commerce website is the optimum method. So your existing site will probably become a subdomain, and your e-commerce platform, in other words website, will become your main domain. So while it is important to have a decent looking site up and running, it should not become a burden time-wise. You are looking for the easiest way to create a good looking website. The first step is to create your hosting account. Then you create your WordPress site on that hosting account. Then you choose a theme and you add required plugins. And finally you add the content, for instance posts and images. Most hosts are reasonable and enable you to do what you need when it comes to WordPress. The two I would personally recommend are HostGator and Namecheap. If you want to search to find your own, search Google for WordPress hosting. Teaching you every aspect of setting up a hosted WordPress site correctly would need an entire course. Our recommendation is to use Wix for your initial site. However, if you are determined to have your own hosted site, then we recommend you pay someone to do it for you. Now, if you do have experience of using hosting and also of creating websites, then you can still go ahead and create your own if you wish. And alternatively, most hosting sites have instructions. You will find there are literally thousands of free and paid themes for WordPress, so you will be able to find one that fits in well with a brand. We also have a number of theme providers in the private vault. Hexeter, which is a WordPress theme site, have offered one of their premium WordPress themes to our members for free if you do decide to create your own hosted WordPress site. And you can find Hexeter in the private vault. So paid installation services. There are numerous options. Just do a search on Google and you will find tons of results. You should expect to pay anything from $25 to $100. Anything less will probably be poor quality, and anything more is just overpaying. If you go to Fiverr, they have some relatively cheap options, and if you make sure you look for providers that have plenty of feedback and 5-star feedback, they are a viable option. So what's next? So you've learned how to have someone create your brand website with hosting if you choose to go with this option. In the next lesson, you will learn how to create your brand YouTube account. Action: build your brand website. Choose either Wix or pay someone to create the hosted WordPress option for you. But that's it for this lesson. Take care. Creating your brand YouTube channel. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to create your brand YouTube channel that you'll be using for promoting and marketing your products later in this course. YouTube videos are a great way of reaching your customers and also making sales. However, at this stage, we are just going to be creating the channel. Now, you are going to need a Google account. If you don't already have one, don't worry, it's a very simple process to set one up. This channel will be used for our launch process, which you will learn about later in the course. But let's go and start creating our YouTube channel. So, all I've done is go to youtube.com, and then up in the top right hand corner, just click on sign in. Don't worry if you haven't got an account yet, it will walk us through that process. So once you get to this page, if you don't have an account already, just click on more options and then create account. Now you just want to go through and fill out all this information. Now for the email address, you want to choose I would like a new Gmail address. Click on it and then create one for your business. So I put in Charter Kitchen and my email address will be charterkitchen@gmail.com, and then just add a password. Confirm your password, fill in your birthday. I'm just using fake information here, gender. Then you need to put in your mobile phone number and also another email address. And it can be any other email address you have. But I'm going to fill these in and then I'm going to click on next step. Now it's going to ask you to accept privacy terms, so just scroll down and click on I agree. And then you'll come to this page and you can see your new email address is charterkitchen@gmail.com. Thanks for creating a Google account. So then all we need to do is click on continue to YouTube. Now, if you already had a Google account and you've signed in with your Google account, it will also bring you to this page. Now, the first thing we want to do is go up in the top right, click on our profile icon, and then next to Creator Studio, click on YouTube Settings, and it's the little gear icon. Once we get to this page, we want to click on Create a Channel. And it's asking us what do we want to use YouTube as. And we want to use a business or other name, not the name on our email account. So I'm going to click on Use Business or Other Name. And then we just need to type in our brand name. I've typed in Charter Kitchen and then just click on Create. Now obviously we can upload a video here, but we don't have any at present. But what we can do is click on Edit Layout. And this is what our channel is going to look like. And the next thing we're going to do is we want to add our logo to the profile picture. So if you put your mouse over the profile picture and then click on the pencil. You can see here your channel icon is linked to a brand account. Changes may take a few minutes. That's fine. Just click on Edit and then click on Upload Photo. Then I've uploaded the logo I used before. You can see it here. Then click Done and you can see it's added our logo. And then if we go back to Charter Kitchen channel, we reload and it hasn't updated yet, but it will. The next step is to add channel art. So click on that. I'm going to find a picture and I'm just going to use the one I used before. Now it's showing you how it's going to be viewed and it's all okay. You can spend more time on this and adjust the crop and everything, but I'm quite happy with that for now. And I'm just going to click on select. And there we go. We've now got a header. And that's pretty much all we have to do for now. Now we'll be adding videos to this channel later on. But for now, this is all you need to do. You just need to get the channel set up, ready for when we need to use it. So what's next? So you've learned how to create your brand YouTube channel. In the next lesson, you will learn how to create your brand Twitter account. Action: get your brand YouTube channel set up, ready for when we need to use it. But that's it for this lesson. Take care. Creating your brand Twitter account. In this lesson you're going to learn how to set up your brand Twitter account, as it will be a very important part of the launch process and also future promotions. Your brand Twitter account is going to be an important part of your launch strategy. It will also be invaluable for ongoing promotion too. And the great thing is it's very simple to create and use. So let's get right into it. So as I said, it's very simple. I've just come to twitter.com and I'm going to click on sign up. I've filled out the name and you notice I've used Charter Kitchen instead of actually my real name, and then the Charter Kitchen Gmail address and a password. I'm going to uncheck the box to tailor Twitter based on my recent website visits because I don't want it tracking that, but to be fair, I'm not going to be logged into it anyway. But I'm going to go ahead and click sign up. Now it is asking for my phone number, but I'm actually going to skip that step. And now it's asking me for a username. So I'm typing in Charter Kitchen and then I'm going to click next. Now apparently it's been taken, which is strange because it hadn't been taken on that other site, but I'm not too concerned. So I'm going to use this one, which is Charter_Kitchen, and then click on next. Okay, so it's a little bit of information, but I'm just going to click on let's go. And the water you're interested in is not particularly important, but you can add a couple. Go to add lifestyle and food and click continue. Now my email account has got no friends in it, so I'm going to click no thanks. And it's asking us to follow 21 people. And it's actually automatically picked 21 for us. I'm not too bothered about this, so I'm just going to click on follow 21 and continue. I'm not going to turn notifications on. And this is a tour, you can actually go through this, but I'm going to skip all. And then you'll notice here, it's asking you to confirm your email address. So I'm going to go to my Gmail account. You can see here, Twitter, confirm your Twitter account. So I'm going to click on that and then click confirm. And there you go, your account has been confirmed. Thanks. So I can close that. I can actually close these two tabs. And now the first thing we want to do is we want to edit our profile. To do that, I'm going to click on the add a profile photo here, and then upload photo, and I'm going to use the same logo again. Double click on it. Looks like it fits fine, so I'm going to click apply, and there you go, your profile photo was published successfully. Now the next step is to go to the profile, and we can do that by clicking on our profile picture up here, and we're going to click on view profile. Now you can see it's all pretty bland, so I'm going to click on edit profile. Now we've already changed our profile picture, so now I'm going to add a header photo. I'm going to click on the plus button and use upload photo again. Just going to use the normal kitchen header I've been using before. There's our picture, and you can reposition and scale it, but it looks pretty good to me, so I'm going to click apply. And there you go, your header was successfully published. And now I just click on save changes. So we've edited our profile and we've now got a decent looking page. And that's all we're going to do for now, but you want to start adding content. It's really simple. It's almost exactly the same as Facebook. And I've just gone and found 3 sites with some recipes on it related to our kitchen. And if you don't see any Twitter icons on the page, just grab the URL. So I've copied that, click on home, typed in some really cool natural recipes, paste in the link, and then click tweet. And there you go. You won't get this every time, it's just because this is the first tweet this account's made, but we've made a tweet. And if we go back to our profile, see we've got this tweet. So I'll go and grab another one, and this one has got a Twitter icon. You see it's got Facebook as well and Pinterest, and we'll get to that shortly. So I'm just going to click on the tweet, and you can see it automatically populates the tweet for us, and just click tweet, and you might as well follow them too. So we're going to look at one more. You see we've got another one here with an icon. I'm going to click on it. It's another one similar. I'm going to click on tweet, and again I'll follow them. So if we go back and reload our page, we now see that we've got 3 tweets of our own. Now what you can also do is you can search Twitter. This looks like a cool post. So what I'm actually going to do is retweet this one. And that basically means you're taking a tweet and putting it on your own profile. So if I scroll down, you can see underneath here, this is the button we're looking for, the retweet. You see it's like 2 arrows pointing back at each other. I'm just going to click on that. Typed in, looks delicious, and then we click tweet. And now if we go back to our profile, click on home, you can see our retweet is up. And that's all you need to do. The great thing about Twitter is because of the restriction on how many characters you can have, it's not like you can actually create a long post. So you want to continue adding tweets and also occasionally retweeting too. If you do 2 or 3 a day, that is plenty. And right now you just want to look for relevant content. So if you had a fitness brand, then go and look for fitness articles and so on. It's very straightforward. Right now, obviously we don't have our own products. So all we're interested in is just adding content to our Twitter account to make it look more realistic, so that when we come to actually posting, our posts are probably going to get more attention. So what's next? Well, now you've learned how to create your brand Twitter account and also how to start adding content. In the next lesson, you will learn how to create your brand Pinterest account. Your action, create your brand Twitter account and start adding content. But that's it for this lesson. Take care. Creating your brand Pinterest account. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to create your brand Pinterest account and how to update the profile and add some initial content. Your brand Pinterest account is more about brand recognition than launching your products. However, it is still a viable option for doing promotions. Add to that the ease of adding content and it becomes another valuable asset for your brand. So all you need to do is go to pinterest.com. It's going to ask you to log in, and obviously you haven't got your account yet. If you're logged into Facebook, it will let you do it through Facebook. We don't recommend you do that, but you want to sign up with Google. Now you're going to get a message saying Pinterest would like to know your age, range and language. Just click allow and it will bring you to this page. Now just pick 5 topics. If you can find 5 that are related to your brand, great. If not, just pick 5 general products. So I'm going to go for food and drink, home decor, because it's kind of related to kitchens, recipes, fitness and DIY home decor, and then click done. Now the Pinterest browser button is just a browser button that gets added to your browser to make it easier for you to pin content. You can go ahead and do this if you want, but for now I'm just going to skip this. And then it's telling you it's just going to build your feed. And there you go, it's created your feed. And this is basically pins from other people, and pins are pretty much like tweets. It's just content from other people, but they're images. Pinterest is basically all about images. But we're going to go to our profile. It's the normal profile icon up at the top right. We're going to click on it. And this icon up here, I'm assuming it's a nut. At least that's what we call it in the UK. I'm not sure what you call it, where you are, but we're going to click on it. We're going to go to profile just to check what our URL is. And you can see there, it's Charter Kitchens. That's all right. In the About You, we're going to actually use the same about information we used for our Facebook profile. But you can see it's only allowing 160 characters. So I'm just going to use the first line. Location, just put USA, and then website. We want to put in our website because it exists now. And in fact, while we're here, I'm just going to show you that our Wix account worked. Click paste and go. And there you can see our Wix account at charterkitchen.com. So that all looks good. I'm going to click on confirm website. And you want to copy this information here. It's actually called a meta tag, but copy it. You need to log into Wix and then open up the editor. And then at the top, hover over site and then click on site manager. And then in the left sidebar, you want to click on SEO and then scroll down and then paste your code into this box which says header code meta tags. So paste it in, close the box and click publish. And you'll actually notice that now it says charterkitchen.com because I've connected my domain. But then click done. And then once that's done, we go back to Pinterest and we click finish. Now they're still working on it, which means they might not be able to find the code yet, but they will find it. Sometimes it takes up to an hour, and we click OK. Now if you ever want to upgrade Pinterest to a business account, you will need this information confirmed. And with a business account, you can actually use Pinterest ads, although since it came out of beta, it's not performing as well as it was, and it's not something we recommend you get into straight away. Now there's one last thing I'm going to do before saving this, and that is I'm going to change the name to my brand name so that on my profile page when people look at it, it says Charter Kitchen and not Rich Henderson. But once I've filled that in, and you fill this much in, click on Save Settings. And that's pretty much all we need to do for our profile. But what we need to do now is set up some boards. Think of boards as folders where you store images. And basically when you add images or pin other people's images, then you'll select a board for them to go in. So I'm going to click on Create Board, the plus sign, and we're going to give it a name. I'm going to create one with kitchen utensils. You can make your board secret, but there's no need to. And click Create, and this becomes your board. When you save pins to it, they'll appear here. I'm going to go back, I'm going to create another one. I'm calling this one Charter Kitchen, and this will be where we post images about our own products once they're up and running. But I'm just going to click Create, and again, it's created that. I'm going to go back, and you want to create 3 or 4 boards, 2 or 3 for related images, and 1 for your brand. So I'm going to create another one. I'm going to call this one Recipes, and the last one I'm just going to call Kitchens for now. And we want to start adding some content. You can go and find images, but there's a really quick way of adding some content to your Pinterest account to start with, and that is to use the search option. You can see here, it's actually listing the boards we created. I'm just going to click on Recipes, and it's going to show you all these pins that have been pinned by other people. And then all you actually need to do is hover over it. If you think it looks decent, click on Save. You can see it's got the pin icon next to it. Then you choose which board to put it in. So this one will go in Recipes, and we've actually added that to our Recipes board. I'm going to add 2 or 3. Again, click on Recipes, and Parmesan garlic spaghetti sounds nice, so I'm going to click on Save, and again it's going to go in Recipes. And there you go, we've got 3 in Recipes. So now I'm going to search for kitchen. I like this sign, I'm going to add that. I'm going to put it in kitchens. I'm just going to add one more. The whole point of Pinterest is actually having interesting looking images that will attract people and that can go viral as well. And I'm just going to grab one more and put it in kitchens. Okay, so I'm going to change the search to kitchen utensil. It's a nice looking image. Click on Save again. Kitchen utensils. Go back to my profile. You'll now see that I've got content in 3 of my boards. And you just want to keep on doing this. Add 1 or 2 every day to each board. You can add more boards. They don't have to be all related, but that's pretty much how you set up your Pinterest account and start adding content. So I'm all happy with my account. I've set my account up, I've edited the profile page, and I've started adding content. So what's next? So you've learned how to create your brand Pinterest account. In the next lesson, you will learn how to take your brand assets to the next level. Action: create your brand Pinterest account. But that's it for this lesson. Take care. Next level brand assets. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to take your brand assets to a new level by adding content and also by interlinking. Up to now, you have learned how to create your brand assets, and you've also learned how to add related content from other locations. We do this to prime our pages and accounts. But now it is time to take your assets to the next level: quality content. Now, creating your own content is an option. It can be time consuming, however, but it will make it easier for you to outsource content later on. And you need to become a product and niche expert, and creating content for your assets will help you achieve that. Plus, you have total control over the quality because you are creating it. Now, you can pay someone to create it too, but initially we recommend you do it yourself. Unique content. Once your assets have their seed content, you want more unique content. This is especially important for your website. With Facebook, you can mix in shares of other content from other people, and the same goes for Pinterest. You can use any type of content for Facebook. Images are particularly effective. You can use them on their own with a short snippet of text, or you can add them to full-blown articles or posts. Basically, images attract attention and clicks. If you post an article with no image, it doesn't stand out on the Facebook feed. If you add an interesting image, then you're far more likely to get someone to click on your content. Video also works incredibly well on Facebook, but do keep them short. And don't worry, we're going to talk a little bit more about videos later in the lesson. Facebook products. Use your products for content once you've got them up and selling. Recreate your listing as a post, including the image and bullet points. Also make posts announcing sales or promotions. You can also create a video of your product being used, and also create a promo video for your product. All these work really well on Facebook. Your website. Essentially, your website is similar to Facebook. You can add any type of content. However, you should focus on high quality niche related articles and add separate pages for your products too. And on those pages, include a purchase link that goes to your listing. In other words, you use a link saying, click here to buy this and whatever the product is. With Twitter, you have more restrictions. You can't post entire articles. So instead, use images as much as possible with a short piece of text and a link. And use a link to your other pages. In other words, to Facebook or Pinterest or YouTube or even your website. And don't forget your Amazon listing too. You can also retweet. It is not just about original content with Twitter. We use Twitter more to send traffic to our other pages, but also to our Amazon listing. Pinterest. For Pinterest, use engaging images. Lifestyle images work really well. For the silicone spatula example, an image of someone actually using the silicone spatula to cook. And infographics are especially effective. Basically, an infographic is a picture with text content on the picture itself. Now, for infographics and lifestyle images, use Fiverr or one of our resources from inside the private vault. And also repin other related images. This is the fastest and easiest way to add images to your boards and keep your account active. YouTube. You need to add videos. YouTube is all about videos, but have them created for you if you're not very familiar with creating videos yourself. Again, Fiverr is awesome for simple videos. If you go to Fiverr, look or search for scribe videos, also known as whiteboard videos. You've probably seen a lot of these. It's where you see an animation of a pen writing on a board and the content appears. These are very simple and a really easy way to add videos to your YouTube channel. You can literally write a short post and have someone at Fiverr turn it into a video for you. Create a simple video about your brand to start with, for example. Self-promotion. Your main two targets should be your Facebook brand page and the posts on it, and your Amazon listing to start with. Always add links to your Facebook page on your other sites when you add any new content. Do not add more than 2 links to any piece of content. When applicable, add a link to your Amazon listing if the content is something that might help convert. There is no doubt that Amazon absolutely loves external traffic, especially from powerhouse sites like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, etc. But there is a happy medium between traffic and conversion. Conversion is very important for your Amazon ranking. Do not just send any and all traffic to your listing. Make sure it's something that will help convert. Paying for content. In the short term, use Google or check your private vault. Long term, you can employ someone, and you will get to that stage eventually. Fiverr is an awesome resource for videos and graphics. You can get really simple, quick videos and excellent graphics done really cheap. However, their article gigs tend to be poor quality, so we don't recommend you get your articles created there. Search Google for buy articles. You'll find loads of resources where you can go and have someone create an article for you. And most of these are relatively cheap if you look at it from a time perspective. In other words, the cost versus how much time it would take you to do it. All the assets in this module are incredibly powerful. They will really help your business. So treat them as such. Look after them by posting on a regular basis. Look after them and they will look after you. So what's next? So you've learned how to improve your brand assets. In the next lesson, you are going to create your email account and learn all about autoresponders. Action: start adding more unique content to your brand assets. But that's it for this lesson. Take care. Your email account and autoresponder. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to set up your domain email account and also your autoresponder. A domain email account is a very important asset, and there are several different ways you can create one. Now, if you've already created one, then that's fine. But the first is to use your domain registrar. The second is to use Wix. And the third is to use your cPanel if you have hosting. Domain registrar. The method will vary depending on your registrar. The costs will also vary too. All you need to do is look for email service or mailbox on your domain registrar site. So let me quickly show you where to find this on Namecheap and also GoDaddy. Okay, so I've logged into my Namecheap account, and all I need to do is click on the Manage alongside my domain. Then scroll down and you're looking for private email. If you click on Buy Now, now you can see the 3 options. If you're on Namecheap, my recommendation is to go for the one at $28.88, but that's for the whole year. So basically you're paying just over $2, and it gives you plenty of storage and accounts. All you would then do is click on Add to Cart and then follow the instructions for setting it up. It's very straightforward, and Namecheap has excellent support. When it comes to naming your email, we don't recommend using support at your domain. So in other words, support@charterkitchen.com. Either use something including customer, so customer service, customers, anything like that. Or if you wish, you can actually just use a name. But most consumers out there will expect to see something more business-like than an actual name. For GoDaddy, just log in, and in the header you'll see email and office. Just click on that, and then you want to click on professional email. You don't need Microsoft Office. And then if we scroll down, you can see the options. You've got Email Essentials, which is their basic package, and so forth. Starting out, you're only ever going to need Email Essentials. You're only going to need the basic model. So it's $2.99 a month. This is on sale, so it will change to $4.99 a month when you renew. So both of those are definitely options. So Wix. Wix has its own email service. Now this is not as cheap as the registrar or cPanel, but all you need to do is log into your Wix account and look for the Get Your Personalized Mailbox tab inside the account, and it costs about $5 per month. cPanel. If you choose the hosted method for your website, then you will have a cPanel. You can use that to create email accounts for your domain, and there is normally no extra cost for this. So let's move on to the autoresponder. An autoresponder is a service which enables you to build a list and create automated emails, and we recommend several. Constant Contact, Aweber, and GetResponse. They are all pretty much the same, and you can choose whichever you prefer. Building a list outside of Amazon's email system is critical. Amazon's system is a great starting point, and you'll learn more about that in the next module, but it has too many rules and restrictions to really get the most out of it. Having an autoresponder means you can not only build a list, but create emails that are sent to them automatically. And there are no restrictions. You can basically send whatever kind of email you want. We are going to use Aweber for this lesson, but they all function pretty much the same way. Now for this lesson I'm going to use Aweber, but you can use any of the autoresponders we recommend. And the reason we recommend the 3 autoresponders that we do is because they're reliable, their deliverability is very good, and they integrate with virtually every piece of software out there. Now, one thing to note, you do not need to set up your autoresponder until literally your inventory is on the way. There is a monthly cost for using it, and there's simply no reason to set it up any earlier. But now that we're here, let's go take a look at pricing. Now if you start scrolling down, you'll see the lowest entry is $19 a month for up to 500 subscribers and unlimited emails. You also get a free 30-day trial with any of the packages you choose. But the $19 one is the one we're going to start with. The great thing about Aweber and the other autoresponders we recommend is that you can start with the lowest package, and when you need more, you can simply upgrade. So you'll see here it's $19 a month, and that's from 0 to 500 subscribers. In other words, 0 to 500 customers. When you get close to 500 customers on your list, you simply upgrade to the next level, and then you can go to 2500 and so on. Every package has the same features, so it really is down to the number of customers you have. So you're going to start with the cheapest one. So you just want to come back up to the top, click on free trial, and then fill out all your information. And once you've done that, just sign in. So I have used this account before for creating training. You can see up here I've got a current list, but when you first sign up you won't have any lists, and you definitely won't have any subscribers. But once you've signed in, just go to manage lists, click on create a list. So the first thing you want to do is fill in your company name and then your company website, and then scroll down. Now you're going to be asked for your address. Now you don't have to give them a valid address. This is the one I used for the previous example. It's a fictitious address, but you have to use a real address. If you've got a business address, then use that. If not, just use your home address. So in this case, if I click on use a different address, I would just fill all this information in. But as I've already done that, I don't need to, but you will need to fill in all your information the first time you create a list. And then if you scroll down to the bottom, you want sender name, and I'm just going to put my brand name in, and then the sender email, that's the email you just created. The one I created was customers@charterkitchen.com, and then click on next step. So we need a list name, so I've called it Charter Kitchen Offers, and then you need to give it a short description. It's basically to describe the emails your customers are going to receive. You can see under this box, your subscribers will see this description. So if we click on the where, because that's a link, and you'll notice throughout Aweber, you'll get these kind of links, and you can just read through and see exactly what it means. But I've just put offers and discounts for Charter Kitchen products. Now you can make it longer, more descriptive, but essentially that's what this email list is going to be about. I filled in those two. I'm going to click on next step. Now this is what's known as a double opt-in. Basically, when your customer arrives on your landing page and puts their email into the form on that page and submits it, they will receive this email. And what this email is basically saying to them, is it okay for this person to send you email? You will see in the next lesson that when we set up our page for them to put their email in, we tell them exactly what's going to happen, so they know to expect this email. But we can change the email subject line if we wish. But as we're actually describing what's going to happen, they'll be expecting this, so there's no real need to change it. You could always request approval for a custom subject line, and it's something you can always split test at a later date. But for now, this title is perfectly acceptable. In the confirmation body, I'm going to edit that, and what you want to put in here is what they're going to be getting. Now, I will be going through this in the next lesson, but one of the options is a 20% discount on their next purchase. So we might change this to please click the link below to confirm that you'd like to receive your coupon code for your next purchase from Charter Kitchen Offers. You're reinforcing what they know they're getting. So it's just another way of telling them what they're going to get, which is going to encourage them to click the link. So click outside, you can see it saved it. We don't have anything else to do. And all we need to do now is click on Approve Message and Create List. And there you go, you've actually created a new list. It's that simple to do. Now we will be using this account in the next lesson, and I will be showing you how to set up your first message and also how to connect your Aweber account to the landing page we're going to be creating. So what's next? So you have learned how to create your email account and your autoresponder. In the next lesson, you will learn how to create your first lead capture page that will connect to your autoresponder. So action, create your email account and autoresponder. But that's it for this lesson. Take care. Create your first lead capture page. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to build your first lead capture page so that you can start building your list using your autoresponder. This lesson is going to show you how to create a lead capture page using a coupon. If you have not ordered your inventory, then you can skip this lesson until you have, just like the autoresponder. You will not need a lead capture page until you have inventory live on Amazon. A lead capture page is a page that we use to add customers to our list in our autoresponder. We do this by capturing their email address. We send customers to this page from our inserts and from all our social accounts too. Email is the best online marketing tool available. It converts far better than any other medium. The elements of a lead capture page. Title, it needs to grab the customer's attention. Image, again, it needs to grab the customer's attention. If you haven't got a fascinating image, then just make sure it stands out on the page. Description, explain the offer so the decision becomes a no-brainer for the visitor. We normally use bullet points for the description. And the opt-in form, this is where the customer enters their information. Lastly, the offer button, a clickable button to complete the form. Now we're going to be using Lead Pages because Lead Pages has become the market leader by some margin. Creating a lead capture page with it is fast and easy. And you can duplicate and edit existing pages with a few clicks. And it integrates with a host of online services, including Wix. And lastly, it can also create a lead capture page on your Facebook page, which is incredibly powerful. Okay, so I've used the link and I've come through to Lead Pages. And the first thing you need to do is just click on Get Lead Pages, assuming you haven't already got an account. And it'll bring you through to the prices. The first thing I suggest you do is change it to monthly. You see the prices go up. And the one you want to choose is standard. So just click on the Buy Now under the $37 a month option, the standard option. And then just fill in all your account information and your credit card and then click Submit Order. Then when you've created your account, you just want to click on Login. And it's automatically logged me in because it remembered my information. But this is the page you're going to come to. Now you won't have anything here in these two boxes. This is just showing me 2 lead pages I've created before for previous training. But I'm going to go ahead and start one from scratch. So once you're inside, all you need to do is click on Create New Page and it's going to bring you to the Templates page. Now always use drag and drop. Do not use standard. Drag and drop are far easier to set up and look a lot better too. And they're continually adding more and more templates. But you can scroll down, look for one you like. Essentially, we're just looking for something where we can show a picture of our product, add a title and description, and obviously the button. If I just keep scrolling down, and in fact, they've added so many templates. The one I want to show you as an example is now on page 2, and it's this one. It's called the Perfect Squeeze page. So you can actually search for that one too. But right now, it appears to be on the second page. Then all you need to do is put your mouse over the template you want to use and click on Use Template. Then you need to give the page a name, and I'm just going to call it Charter Kitchen Coupon, and then click Start Building. Now Mike did show you 3 different options you can use. I mean, you can use any option you want really. And the one we're going to use that he brought up was the coupon code. So I'm calling it Charter Kitchen Coupon. But for instance, if you wanted to use the extended warranty, you could call this Charter Kitchen Extended Warranty. But let the fun start. Let's click on Start Building. And here we go. I'm just going to give you a very quick tour of what's on the page before we actually start editing. If you put your mouse over the actual screen, and this is everything in white on the right here is what your page is going to look like, you'll see that it highlights what's there. So if I put my mouse cursor over the image, you can see that that box is for the image and the rest follows too. And literally to edit anything, you just click on a box. and you'll see exactly what I mean when we get started. But what you can always do is preview. So if you click on preview, it's going to show you what your actual page looks like. So this is what your page would look like, whether it's on Leadpages or whether you put it on your own domain. No matter where you put it, this is what it's going to look like. Now you can see it's got the logo up here. There's no title at the top. I'm not too worried about that right now. It looks pretty good. It's a nice looking lead capture page, and it converts too. I've used it quite a lot in the past and it definitely converts. But I'm just going to click on exit preview to go back, and we'll get to work. You can include your logo, and this box here, you see it's empty. You can go and put a title in there. But I just want to pull all the information up a bit. For this example, I'm not going to use an overall title. For instance, you might want to put in here Charter Kitchen Offers, or just Charter Kitchen, the name of your brand. However, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to include those things. If I want to get rid of it, I can click on delete, and I can do the same with the logo. However, if we want to come back and edit this later to add a title, we decide it didn't look great, then we'd have to drag a new box across and mess around. There's a quick way of dealing with stuff you don't want on your page, and that is to click on this gear setting in the top left and click on edit section layout. So if I wanted to get rid of the logo and the header, I would come to the header, scroll across, you can see delete. I don't want to do that, and you can do that from the page as well. Duplicate, I definitely don't want another one. And then you see this eye icon, and it shows visible. Just click on it and boom, it's removed the header section. So you can see it's moved everything further up the page. Now I happen to know from previous experience, it also has something else I don't like, which is the as seen on, and if you've been on TV or anything like that, you can put stuff in here. But I'm not too particularly bothered about this section right now. And just remember, you can play around with this as much as you like and get your landing page looking exactly how you want it to look. I just want to show you how to edit and create the page, and also connect it to your autoresponder, which we'll get to. But the rest of it, you can play with it as much as you want and change as much as you want. So I say I want to get rid of this. The footer is the legal information. We want to keep that, but the featured in, you can see as seen on that box, it's been surrounded with the blue line, which means we're on the right box. And then I just move my mouse across and click on visible again. And boom, it's gone. But we're getting a little bit more like it. I'm going to click on the X to get out of the page layout. And then let's have a look. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the title. To do that, all I have to do is click in the box. And you can just double click and it will highlight everything. And I've just changed it to Silicon Spatula Set 20% off coupon code. Now if you're not 100% keen on how it appears, what you can do is highlight it all. And then it's going to bring up this black box underneath. And you can choose to bold, italicize, change the color. What I'm going to look at is the font, which is A. You can see here the double A. Click on that. And what's really cool about this is you can actually just drag the size, make it smaller, make it bigger, and you basically do whatever you want. But I played around with it a little bit more, so I'm not particularly keen on having 3 lines here. So I'm just going to make it one smaller, and I've got it on 2 lines. It's not perfect. I would prefer the 20% to be on the next line, and you can actually do that if you mess around with it a lot. But I just wanted to show you how you can change the sizes. And you can also change the fonts. You can pretty much do anything you want to do with the Leadpages. It's awesome. But I'm going to click outside, and there you go. Silicon Spatula Set 20% off coupon code. And then we're going to edit this subheader. You can actually remove this if you want or use it. It's completely up to you. So I've just typed in luxury quality silicon spatula set. And we're just trying to make the customer think that this is something they definitely want. And then for the bullet points, I'm actually going to go to Amazon and look at their bullet points because I want to put in some information about the product. And this is just an example. I'm just pretending that this is actually my product, and it definitely isn't. But I'm going to copy the first bullet, go back, highlight the first bullet, paste it in, see if there's anything else useful. Bullet points, you're basically looking for things that point out to the customer why they should do this, why they should grab this coupon code. So it's not just that they're getting a 20% off discount. Now I'm going to put a little call to action in here. You can see I put grab your 50% coupon right now while stocks last. And you should have the call to action right above this arrow. I'd still like to add a bit more information, so I'm going to go back to Amazon. Now, so I've just made a couple of changes. I've still got the grab your 50% coupon right now while stocks last, but I've added plus get future offers just for registering today. You just want to make it as appealing as possible. Now, the next thing I want to do is actually grab our product image. Now, the product image is not going to be great because it's a silicon spatula. You know, at the end of the day, it's a pretty bland product. But you want to choose an exciting image of your product, something that's going to grab attention. And lifestyle images work really well. And we'll actually be talking a lot about lifestyle images in the next 2 modules. But I'm going to go and grab an image of the silicon spatula set. And actually, just before I do that, I just wanted to show you one other thing. and that is the undo button. Now, it works great, but you will find that Leadpages automatically saves your work for you on a regular basis. So if you come back 5 minutes later, for instance, if I wanted to change that last line, I'd have to manually delete it. The undo wouldn't work. But if I was in here now, for instance, I've just removed the exclamation marks. If I wanted to put them back, all I do is click on undo. And there you go, they're back. But I just want to quickly show you that. But let's go back to our image. So all we need to do to change the image is click on it. And then below you'll see style, link, and then a picture image. You just want to click on the picture image and then select upload. And then you can either drag your image here or you can click on or select file. Now if you click on your images, it will show you the images that you've uploaded. Now the other thing is Leadpages will store your images. So if you created a page today with a certain image and then came back 3 weeks later and you want to create a different page, your images will actually be stored. But I'm just going to show you the upload. So you can drag your image here or you can click on select file. I've double clicked on it and there's our image and it's just uploading right now. And you don't have to worry too much about the title and the alt text. We're not really going for SEO here. And then I'm just going to click on insert. Now, obviously we have an issue. The image is way too big. So I'm obviously going to have to edit this image. So I'm going to go back. So I've resized the image. I'm just going to click on the upload again. I've uploaded it. You can see it's loading. And then I'm going to click insert. Now, you can see that's much better. It's not pushing our button down. Remember, we want our button in plain sight as much as possible. And in fact, it actually aligns better with the arrow now. But we're getting there. So we're almost there. We've got a title, description, which is basically the bullet points in this case. We've got our image, and now we're going to play with the button. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to change the wording. And I've just changed it to yes, send me my coupon code. So we're pretty happy with everything we can see on this page right now. But the next thing we need to do is to add our autoresponder and also to edit our lightbox. The lightbox is what you're going to see in a second. First of all, click on the coupon code button and then select the fourth option, the link. In the box that comes up, click on View Edit. Now when you do this, you will actually have the default message that comes with this theme. But I've gone ahead and actually made the changes already. So I've changed it to yes, send me my coupon code, enter your email address below to receive your coupon code, and then the button itself, I've changed it to send me my coupon code. Now we are going to be using double opt-in. In other words, when they put their email in here and click on the send me my coupon button, it will send the email that we looked at when we set up our Aweber account, where they have to click on it to approve us to send them emails. Once they do that, they will receive the first email in our campaign. And don't worry, I'm going to show you that in the next lesson. But we want to add some instructions here. And that's because in a minute you're going to see that we're going to be offered an option to use Leadpages thank you page, which is where they go after they click on this button, or to create one ourselves. It's much easier just to use the Leadpages one. So I want to add some information, and plus it's going to enable me to show you how you add to your template. All we've done so far is edit what's already there. So I'm going to want to add some text. So in the text box up here, I'm going to left click, drag it down, and I want to put it above the 100% secure. And there we have our text area. And then I'm going to paste in the instructions. You can see here, after you click on the button above, please click on the email confirmation we send you, and you will receive your coupon code immediately. Now right now you can see this doesn't stand out very much. So we're actually going to increase the size and make it stand out. So I'm going to click on bold, and then I'm going to click on the font button. I'm going to increase the size till I'm happy. I think that's plenty big enough. Once I've done that, I'm going to click out the box and it's been saved. But you can see there it's nice and clear. Most people understand confirmation emails, and don't forget, when they receive that, it will give them instructions anyway. But it's always a good idea to give them instructions at every step. But I'm going to click on the send me my coupon code button again, and that's going to open up the integrations on the left. Now notify me, that's just something to do with Leadpages. That's not what we're looking for. And we need to click on add an integration. Now my Aweber is already integrated, it's already been added. When you do this, you won't see anything. So you need to click on more services, and it's going to bring up all the integrations that are possible. Now when you get to this screen, Aweber is going to be below this line. It's not going to be above it because you haven't connected it yet. And then all you would do is click on it and follow the instructions. It will basically ask you to log into Aweber and then click a button. But I'm going to click on Aweber, and you can see it's brought this up. It's an existing account. I can connect a new account if I want. And in fact, let me show you what happens if I try that. You give it a new name, which is 2, and then click connect. And this is the box I was talking about. You can see it's brought you to log in. Once you log in and click allow access, it will have added your Aweber integration. But I don't need to do this as I've already done it. And this is what you will see, except yours won't have a please re-authenticate because you will be already in there. But the one I have already integrated is this one here, Aweber account number 1. So I'm going to click on it, and then it's going to show me all the lists inside my Aweber account. And you'll see there, this is the one we want, Chart Kitchen Office. It's the one we created in the last lesson. But find the list that you created inside Aweber and click on it. And then click on Next Fields. Now the Fields box is basically what appears in your Lightbox. And you can see here, it's choose what info you want from your visitors. Right now we're just asking for their email. So if we want to add a first name, for instance, we click on Add Field. And then we can click on First Name. And then you can just put first name. And then just put first name in the placeholder text. Once you've done that, click on Done. Now see we've got 2 boxes, and you'll also notice we've got 2 boxes in our Lightbox. So we're looking good. So we click on Next Follow-up. Now this is what I was referring to earlier. You see, this is what the visitor sees after they've put in their information and clicked on Send Me My Coupon Code. So you can send them to the default lead pages. You can create a new lead page just as a thank you page, which is a good option. You can actually literally set up a page that gives them all the instructions. You can send them to a URL, or they can remain on this page. For the sake of this lesson, I'm just going to send the user to the default lead page's thank you page. But if you're doing this, make sure you add the instructions in the Lightbox. So I'm going to click on Save and Close Form, and we're actually done. We've connected our autoresponder, we've created our Lightbox, and we're all good. So I'm just going to click on the X to exit out of it, and I'm happy. I'm going to publish. All you need to do is click on Publish. Now, as you can see, the page was successfully published. It's also given me the link to the page. When I first set up lead pages, I actually used Henderson Spatulas as my username. So it's actually dropped that in there. But when you set it up with your brand name, you'll have your brand name in there in this URL. So I'm just going to copy that link. I'm going to open a new tab and show you what it looks like. And there you go. There's our landing page. But you can check that it works. You can click on Send Me My Coupon. You can see everything looks right. And it's all looking good. And you can even test it if you want. Absolutely no problem at all. But before you do that, watch the next lesson because we're going to set up our first message in Aweber. But that's it. We've created our first lead capture page. So what's next? Well, now you've learned how to create your lead capture page. In the next lesson, you will learn how and where to implement your lead capture page. Your action, create your lead capture page. But that's it for this lesson. Take care. Implementing your first lead capture page. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to add your lead capture page to your website and also to Facebook. Implementing your LCP or lead capture page. One of the main reasons for using lead pages is how simple it is to make your LCPs live. You can host them on lead pages, which is the default setting. You can add them to your Wix site or other website, and you can also add as a tab to your Facebook page. But let's go take a look. Okay, so we're back inside lead pages on our lead capture page, and all we need to do is up in the top where it says update. If you look to the right, you'll see a button with 3 dots. Just click on it and then select publish options. Now we can obviously use the lead pages to page, but we actually want it on our own assets. So we just need to click on other publishing options, and you can see you can publish to a WordPress site. In other words, if you've got hosting and you've built a WordPress site on your own hosting, then you can click on Get the Plugin. You can also add to Facebook, and we'll be doing that second. But first of all, we're going to add it to our website. And to do that, we're just going to download the HTML. Now don't let this worry you. You don't need to know any HTML code. I'll show you how to do this. It's very simple. And it's also worth noting that you can actually use this even if you've built a WordPress site and you've got your own hosting, because you can just upload this file if you wish and have it as a separate page. But we're going to download it first by clicking on Download HTML. You can see the download come down. I'm going to close this, and then I'm going to go and show you that download. And this is what the download file looks like. You can see it's got the name of your page and it's .html. Now, if you're familiar with HTML and you've got some kind of HTML editor, then you can use that. but it's absolutely simple. All you need to do is double click on it and you see it opens a file in your Chrome browser. Then all you need to do is go to the navigation, click on View, go down to Developer, and then to the right click on View Source. Then all you need to do is the bottom HTML code all the way to the top HTML code, highlight it all and copy it. And then we're going to actually go to Wix. Okay, so I've logged into Wix and I'm going to click on Manage Site for my site, and then I'm going to click on Edit Site. And now we want to add a page. To do that, I'm just going to double click on Home, and then in the Pages menu, I'm going to click on Add a Page and then select Page. And then we need to give it a name. I'm just going to call it Offers and click Done. And then we can use the cross to close the Pages tab. And then you click on the Offers tab, click on Add, and then go all the way to the bottom in the left-hand menu. So your mouse cursor is over More, and then move up and click on HTML code. You see it's opened this box. Then click on Enter Code. It's going to open this box. Click in this blue box underneath and paste in the code we just got from our file, and then click Update. Once it's updated, we can close that. And then if you notice, all the way around it's got a blue line and interspersed with circles. You just want to put your cursor over the circle and drag all the way to the right till you see the purple line, and do the same in the other direction. And then for the bottom one, scroll down and just keep going. And then I'm just going to scroll down a bit so you can see what I'm doing, and then I'll continue going down, and you just want to keep going till everything's visible, including the 100% secure. Now you might not be able to see this, it might be chopped off, but basically you want to drag down till your button is visible and the 100% secure underneath, and then just let go. And that's it. We've actually created a landing page. Now, might not look like much now, but if we go and click on Publish, and then we open a new tab and take a look at our site, there's our lovely site. And then if we click on the Offers page in the middle, there it is. You can see we've got our lead capture page. You can check it works by clicking on the button. You can see the pop-up comes up. Works exactly the same as it did when we tested it on the lead pages page. So that's it. That's how simple it is to create this page. And then if you wanted to send traffic here, you would just send traffic to this URL, charterkitchen.com/offers, or whatever you've decided to name your page. So that's the website dealt with, and we're back at our lead pages. And I'm going to open up the publish options by clicking on the three dots again, and then publish options, and then other publishing options. And this time we're going to create a Facebook tab. To do this, you must be logged into Facebook. You can see at the top, I'm logged in, and then just click on Add to Facebook. And it's going to open this tab, and then all you need to do is click on Facebook Pages, and it's going to open up a drop down, and you just look for the page that you've created for your brand. If you remember, mine was Charter Kitchen. So I've selected Charter Kitchen, and then I just click on Add Page tab. And there you go. We've got an opt-in page right on our Facebook page. If I click on it, you can see it works exactly the same. It works correctly. And this is an awesome, awesome way of using Facebook. Now, if you ever need to find it, all you need to do is come to your brand page and just click on the Lead Pages tab at the bottom of the menu. And it's going to open it up for you. And this is the URL you want to use to promote if you're promoting from outside. And I hope you can see how really easy it is to put these pages wherever you want. But now we're going to go and take a quick look at Aweber and add our first message. Okay, so here we are inside Aweber. And what we want to do is set up our first message that gets sent out after our customer clicks on the link to double opt-in. All we need to do is make sure you're on the right list. If you've got more than one, put your mouse over Messages, and then you want to click on Legacy Follow-up Series. Now, they do have a new system called Campaigns, but it's still in beta, so I'm just going to stick with Legacy Follow-up Series. Now, by all means, you can go and test Campaigns if you wish, but the Legacy Follow-up Series works really well. So I'm just going to click on it, and it's up to you which one you want to use. Plain text is very easy, but I'm actually going to use the drag and drop email builder. So I'm going to click on it, and the first thing we need to do is insert a subject. And I've just made it really simple. Here's your Charter Kitchen coupon code. And then you just need to click in the text box, highlight it all, and then type your message in. So I'll go through this, but I've got hi, but I want to personalize this. In other words, I want to use their first name. And to do that, I'm just going to put the cursor after hi where I want their first name to go. And then in the top right here, I'm going to click on personalize and select first name. And that will pull the information for their first name that they gave us when they opted in. And then you can see, thank you so much for joining our Charter Kitchen offer list. Here is your coupon code for a 20% discount on our silicone spatula set. And then you would put the code in here. Then to claim your 50% offer, follow these steps. It's important you give them instructions. The vast majority of people know how to use coupon codes on Amazon, but if they don't, then it's important you tell them how to do it. So step 1, click on the link below to go to our product page. So we need our product page URL, and this is the example we're using. And all you need is up to the end of the ASIN. It's pretty much exactly the same as we did when we were searching for products. So I'm going to copy that and close that page. I don't need it anymore. And then where it says here, click here to visit our page. You want to select all of it. And then in the toolbar up above, you want to click on the links option. And then you want to paste in the URL. And it will automatically pull the HTTP or HTTPS. But you always want to drag your cursor across just to check that it hasn't put it in twice. And the link type, you just want to leave it at URL. And then click OK. And basically what we've done now is we've hyperlinked that. So when they receive this in their email, they'll be able to click on it and go straight to our page. And then the follow-up instructions, click add to cart on that page. At the end in their email, they'll be able to click on it and go straight to our page. And then the follow-up instructions, click add to cart on that page. At the end of the purchase process, simply put the following code into the promotions box and click apply. And then you put the code in again, and this is the coupon code you'll get from Amazon when you set up your first coupon. And then it's, if you have any problems, please contact us at customers@charterkitchen.com or whatever email it was you set up. And then just put your name, or you can make up a name to be your customer service person, and then Charter Kitchen. And that's all you need to do. It's very, very simple and straightforward. Once you've done it, you can actually click on the preview and test in the top right, and you would just put your email in here and then send test, and it would send this email to you. And then see what the email looks like when you get there. And that's literally how simple it is. I'm going to click on the back button. Once you're happy with everything, then just click on save. Now you can use the bold, underline, any of these options you want. For instance, you might want to bold the link, but more often than not, simple is best. So I'm happy with this page. I'm just going to click on save and exit. Once you've done that, you want to click on send options and then add to follow-up series. And this is what we want. Follow-up number 1 is the welcome message your subscribers will get immediately after signing up. And there you go. I didn't notice that before. I've actually got an error in my subject line. I'm just going to click on the edit button. And if you see something like that, you want to go back and edit the email too. Once you've set it up, you can see the interval. And this basically tells you when the email gets sent. So in this case, follow-up number 1 is the welcome message your subscribers will get immediately after signing up, which is exactly what we want, because this is our emails sending them their coupon code after they've confirmed they want emails from us. So I just click on add to follow-up series. You can see success, saving your settings, and that's it. There you go. Now at this point, you can add other emails if you wish. We are going to be talking about email series in the next module. But for now, that's exactly how you set it up. So now when someone opts into your page, they will receive this email. And that's literally how easy it is to start building your list. So what's next? So you have learned how to implement your lead capture page on both your website and your Facebook brand page. In the next lesson, we are going to recap Module 4. Once you're ready and you've got your inventory, or at least it's on its way to Amazon, add your lead capture page to your website and Facebook brand page. That's it for this lesson. Take care. Module 4 Recap and Action Steps. This module has been all about increasing your brand visibility. All of the brand assets can be created while you wait for your inventory to be ready. And the list building can be created once your inventory is actually on its way to Amazon or has already arrived. Module 4 Initial Action Steps. Create your Facebook brand page. Create your brand website. Create your brand YouTube channel. Create your brand Twitter account. And create your brand Pinterest account. And add initial seed content to all of the above assets. Module 4 Additional Action Steps. Improve your brand assets with content and linking. Create your email account. Create your autoresponder account. And create your first lead capture page. And finally, add your lead capture page to your Facebook page and website. So what's next? In Module 5, things will really start to get moving. You will learn how to create the perfect product page. And using what you will learn in Module 5 will give you a distinct competitive advantage over your competition. But that's it for this lesson and module. Take care.